Hi again, folks. In this video, it's a yes or no video on Jack Eichel coming up. Yeah, talking about Jack again, okay, because this has kind of been bugging me. And yeah, sorry last night, guys. No way I was putting up a video at 2 in the morning and when I was half tired, and I'd have to talk like this because I live in an apartment building, and I'd have to talk like this because I got neighbors next door right here, and I can't, you know? Especially when I'm talking about Jack, I want to get loud because I start getting frustrated, you know? Now here's my thinking with this, just mine. And do we let him have the surgery? Yes or no? There's going to be two questions here. You know, do we let him have the surgery? It's a tough one, eh? Because it almost feels like that would resolve everything. This whole mess, this trade, all of it. For us to get max value, all of it. Then there's the or word, O-R. Do we retain salary and trade him? That's out there right now. And I heard this scene is ridiculous. I forget who posted this. It was a Rangers writer, and he was talking about how the Sabres could retain 50% of Jack's salary. Come on, you know, like, isn't that a little lot? That's a bit of a stretch. You know, they might retain something like 20% if they want to get max value. I don't want to retain anything. This guy doesn't want to, I don't want any dead cap. I don't want to retain anything. I'd rather get, believe it or not, I'd rather get one player or less back and don't retain nothing and keep our cap. That's how I feel, you know? I don't want to do it. So that's where I stand with it. But when it comes, I'm 50-50. I'm on the fence when it comes to this surgery thing. If he's betting bound on having this surgery publicly, then my guess is he will go through with it. If we put it out there, we say, okay, we're giving him the green light. Because this is, by the way, you heard that the Sabres staff said, you know, it was the Sabre staff had agreed that he needs surgery, but we never agreed to that surgery. They failed to say that. These are legal tactics that people use, you know. Believe me, guys, I fought the Canadian government in court. I know all about tactics and lies and manipulation. Believe me, you know, and I won. Believe me, I won. The little guy won, yeah, because there's no way I was going to back down because I knew they were lying. You don't back down, you know, especially when you know you're telling the truth. You don't back down. And that's where I stood, you know. And the odds were I was supposed to lose. All sorts of things were supposed to happen, and it was unbelievable, you know. That's just a personal thing I went through years ago. It's true what they show in movies. Governments get right up there and they lie. I remember asking my lawyer, you know, there was me and a few people that were involved with me with this whole thing, okay? It wasn't nothing deadly or anything, but it was just something where the government's full of it. And it's like, wow, power, you know, people abuse power. And I'm looking at this like, we don't want to come off that we're abusing power. We just don't want to do that. It doesn't look good. It's not a good PR for us, you know? I do understand our side of it, 100%, that we're hesitant that he wants to go use an experimental surgery that's never been done ever on an NHL player. I 100%. Why should we be the team that this has to happen to? I don't think we have to worry about maybe about it as much, because I'm guessing, that's my guess, we've done our homework for sure on this and what this surgery can and cannot do and could happen, good and bad, both sides of it. And if the Sabres are bet and bound that this is very high risk, then they have to stand pat. And that is the other or, okay? That's the other or. I've got that right there where, let me get it. Yeah, I didn't put this, but the three options, you know, do we let him have surgery? That's a tough one. It is. There's a moral issue. There's all sorts of things. I'm not sold on I think Jack's just a real attention seeker, and he'll even do it in surgery. God, maybe it's just me thinking that. I don't know. Do we retain salary to move him? Or do we stand pat? This is what we got to decide, because we can't continue this stupid circus, guys. It's just not good for us, you know? I mean, we do got to make a decision. And if Adams has said, no, we're standing pat, we have to go with it. We do. We have to go with it and respect his decision. Hey, thank God we got somebody tough in charge. He's obviously no wuss, you know, when it comes to stuff like this. He doesn't care. He's handling all the public criticism and everything. He's just, whatever, dealing with it. Would this surgery be the solution to all of this resolved? Because then, let's be honest here, if we allowed him to have the surgery and the surgery is a success and we still can't get what we want, okay, which I think the price, his value would increase right away. We know that. There's other teams out there that would jump right back in when they hear it's been a success, everything's good, you know. He's rehabbing, he will be ready by like October, November, whatever it is. Then, okay, then we hold pat to whatever package. Okay, that's where we don't bend, ever. No, absolutely no. Again, I ask you guys, this is tough. This is tough because I want the Sabres to succeed here. But I don't want a long, drawn-out soap opera that's going to go right through the whole season. It makes no sense to do this. You know? It's not healthy. It's not healthy for the young kids to see all this either. It's just not. That's really my main concern here is, like, you know, don't think Owen Power's not watching this. We got to make a decision. I'm pretty sure they've sat down and talked about it. I know if something does happen, don't be surprised in the next few days if they announce, okay, the Sabres, you know, grant Jack permission to do operation, whatever it is. If it's something like that, you know, or we take a package we're not exactly happy with. We're about 75% happy, not 100. And we let the other team make that decision. Could be that also. Or we just continue taking a stand. And that's it, you know. But that's going to get tiresome. I got to tell you guys, okay, I'm going to close here. It is funny, though. We've been the talk of the whole summer, right? And it's driving people crazy. It is funny, you know, that people are sick of the Jack Eichel saga and they're starting to hate. And I'll tell you what, guys, if our general manager is starting to be hated by the rest of the NHL, that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. That's a good thing. I like that, you know? Where there's controversy, there's usually honesty. And we might really know better than to grant him permission to do this surgery. What a mess. God. All right, guys, that's it for now. I'm going to go. Unless I come up with any other ideas, that's it for today. I might come up with an idea for another video after. These are 2 video ideas I wrote down. I didn't want to forget. I was half asleep when I got in yesterday. So what do you think? Yes or no? Do we let him have the surgery? It's a tough one. God. Okay, see you in the next video, guys.